What's up, everybody? It's me again. That little clap was lit. What's up, everybody? It's me again. It's time to lean in, bitch. My bad. My little clap was real. Tap tap. I'm here with Danny. We're here to talk about the Real Housewives of not Beverly Hills, of Potomac. Child. It's too many of these housewives going on. Obviously, it's Monday. And we're gonna talk about the show. This episode last night featuring mostly Candace and her mom and Mia. Um,
Dot.
Dot, yes, Miss Dorothy Dot. Miss Sheila made an appearance, so y'all know I love Miss Sheila. I have a little special place in my heart for Miss Sheila.
Sheila was not there. Her wig was.
Her wigs, eye patches, all her little pieces and accessories are always there. But I'm glad they showed her. But how you doing today, Daddy?
I'm good. How about you?
You back? Because last week you had your birthday. So Daddy's birthday was last Sunday. And he was hanging out with Sammy and stuff, and child couldn't be here with us on Monday.
I was too tired and
or
not feeling well the
Wednesday.
next day. I was wore out.
Huh?
I was wore out.
Well, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you could join us today. The others couldn't be here today, but the show will go on. So, of course, before we get started, be sure to like this video if you're watching. It's going to be a good show. If you are watching, of course, we're going to have call-ins per usual, but I'm going to allow call-ins earlier and sooner or throughout the show. So I'll go ahead and post the link now. Feel free to call in. You can do video, of course, like us, or you can just do the audio. It's up to y'all. But let me go ahead and share.
We never get a video.
I know nobody. Everyone is like, get on here. They always want to be audio and stuff, child. I'm be like, look, but if I make it a requirement, they gonna never do it. So let me just shut up. I'm grateful for those that are still calling in, though.
Me too.
We had some new callers last week, Daddy, for Beverly Hills. So hopefully they come back this week.
Okay, because I'm mean, so I don't smile enough.
Right.
Hey, Indigo.
Right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, C. Hayes said happy belated B-Day to you too, by the way.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the show. So, of course, in this particular episode, the main thing that happens is Candace's filming thing for her video, which we've all seen the video. But let's kind of build up to that. I kind of want to talk about some things that's been happening off the show, like off camera, like Mia versus Candace, or Candace on watch what's happening live last night, and then just Miss Dorothy in general of the last week, who clearly knew this episode was coming because she's been clapping back at all the fans.
Everybody.
Literally, she has been responding to
every single comment.
These words at this point, Miss Dorothy is like Candyman. But just say her name once, and baby, she is going to reply. I mean, there was a whole thread of her just responding. So, like, how do you feel about let's start with Miss Dorothy responding to every damn body?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are questioning her, her mothering skills, or her parenthood and reading her daughter. So I mean, it's natural for her to clap back. She's not really a celebrity in the sense of where I feel like she shouldn't.
Do you feel like she shouldn't? Because people, she's a therapist. And people are like, well, how is she some kind of therapist? She doing all this. Like, do you think that even goes along with that? It was just like that's kind of reaching. No,
I think it's reaching. I think that's her own private time. Okay. What she does when people are in the chair in front of her on her Zoom call for therapy, as long as she gives them good advice, then
I mean, look at Wendy. Wendy out here, boobs and stuff like that, and then she goes and she talks about politics. Nothing wrong with that.
Now let's keep it clear. I think Dottie is messy.
Okay,
best can be.
Oh, she definitely She definitely finds a way to make herself known each season. I think my favorite, honestly, and I love Candace, but when she hit her with the purse, I'm sorry, I still laugh at that actually happening and her standing in it like, yeah, I hit her with the purse. She talked too much because that's her mother.
Yeah, if Candace had got too flip at the video shoot, Dorothy would have hit her with a car.
Oh my God! No, what car? It wasn't.
Well, if they don't do that.
So let's say Dot gets to start it, baby. Okay, she does. I will say, who is your favorite like reality TV mom?
Me?
Yeah, back to you. And let me know in the comments too. Who's your favorite reality TV mom? And then Tim, who's yours?
You know who's my favorite because she is so entertaining?
Mm-hmm.
Sister Patterson, New York's mother.
New York's mother. Okay, she's classic. She's classic.
She's classic. I mean, she's just as toxic as Dot is, but It's probably worse. But she's really good TV.
No, those crocodile tears don't do nothing for me, Candace. My favorite mother, is much of a later one, but it's Miss Lyrica G.
I forgot about Pam. That's my girl.
I can't stand Pam. Pam. I enjoy Pam, but if I had to go between Lyrica G and Pam, I was here for Lyrica. I'm sorry.
I know. Me and you argued many a time online with them too.
David said Mama Joyce, and then C. Hayes said Candy Mama. Okay, Miss Joyce, Mama Joyce she has some moments, and Mama Joyce is iconic in her own way. But
she's definitely iconic. She's
iconic.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's something about it that I would give her iconic, but still, like the other moms, they have given us a little more rowdy moments. Mama Joyce her most to me was the whole phone call with Carmen. But yeah.
Now, see, my Mama Joyce moment was the whole when she was telling Phaedra the man wanted to blow her the F up over.
I just posted that the other day. He said he was gonna blow the fuck up. Okay, let's get back to Potomac. Okay, so then you had Mia and Candace. So obviously Mia knew this episode was coming up, and this whole little salad toss gate is coming up soon. So this is what builds it up. So I think I don't know if I said it on camera, off camera about how this beef started, but basically. This is because she called it low. I was told that it's because she called it low budget, but I think the beef actually starts now because she's talking to her mom about it. So that I didn't know, but I knew about the low budget comment. But like the online back and forth, you got Mia throwing little jabs at what's his name not working, Chris. And she made a comment recently about that. About like somebody's husband in the kitchen with her, and it was very confusing. I didn't know.
It was cringy.
Yeah,
because you don't play about stuff like that.
You don't play with folks' husbands and stuff like that, and marriages, especially you being a married woman. Like I could see it was tacky. When Kenya was doing it to me, but when you're a married woman, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to imply at this point?
Especially when your marriage is such an easy target.
Right, and that handsome comment. I'm sorry, it took me out.
Yeah,
the fact she called her handsome. I'm like, okay, Mia. So, and that's why I'm worried for Mia because Mia is not a reader. She's not quick on her feet, and you can say what you want to say about whatever Candace physically been able to defend herself in a verbal altercation. I don't think anybody on that cast could really meet her in that way. Maybe Karen, maybe if she's taking that point. And Ashley could have some stuff too, but she's more of to me becomes more of a victim.
The only person with the same vocabulary as her is Wendy, but Wendy doesn't go there. Yeah. So I agree with you. It'd be Ashley or Karen, if any.
Okay. And then the last thing before we get onto the show too is Candace on Watch What's Happening Live. So of course she's getting a lot of backlash about the wide body thing, the mom shaming, all that stuff like that. And so on Watch What's Happening Live, basically she was talking to Andy, and I don't know. I guess she said that if I offended her, I apologize. We talked about it in the group chat. I know your feelings, but let everybody else in the chat know how you feel because we already talked about it.
I hate any apology that ends with if. That starts with if. Just don't say it if you're going to say that. I feel like she shouldn't have apologized to Ashley, only because. I feel like if fans or viewers of the show gave her heat for that comment because they felt it was mom shaming, body shaming, then I think it's warranted, just like anything anybody else is, regardless of who it was being said to. I know everybody feels that Ashley has said worse. She deserves it, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the issue is not what the topic at hand is not what Ashley has said to her before. The topic at hand is what Candace said in the moment. Yeah. So if I was Candace, I would not have apologized to Ashley because of our history and how much she really hates her. I would have just stood in it and owned it and said, yeah, I said it. And what? I apologize to any mothers I offended, but that's how I felt about Ashley in the moment.
I don't think that Andy dislikes Candace. I don't think he dislikes any of the housewives.
I think Andy wanted a genuine apology for that comment because of the viewers who were offended.
Right. That's what I think. Right. And she didn't give it. So it's just like, because we've seen many times where Kenya has said something and he wants, the apology, and maybe she don't give it. He kind of gets upset. Anybody, typically, mostly the black women.
Actually, if you remember when Phaedra didn't come back, he said Phaedra could have came back, but she never genuinely apologized. Yeah. He said that he's big on apologies.
Same with Monique last year. It's like she really didn't really show a lot of remorse, and so because of that,
she was still invited, but she was still invited back.
Well, that's not. I don't think that they're like completely not wanted back unless somebody don't want to film with them. Monique was asked back as a reduced role, whatever that is. But I mean, that's
with Karen and Ashley filming.
Gianni said not the same energy for Erica. We're gonna see. We're gonna see at the reunion if
But I guess my thing is, and I mean it's off topic, but what did Erica do besides the allegations? Erica didn't insult nobody the way.
I think they're gonna ask her. Someone's gonna come up like, "Do you feel bad for the victims?" I want to, what I'm saying, something along that line, like nothing.
Yeah, because she's
never really said much about that, like that. And I know the viewers we're asking. What about the orphans? What about the orphans? So it's like I think for her, that's gonna be a moment where she's looked at sideways. For me, in my opinion, we'll see.
Yeah.
So get into the episode because it wasn't a lot that happened until the last scene. Anyway, I did like the scene with Giselle and her daughters. I loved it actually.
Maybe Grace. I see why Grace did that test. And that little old car, she still went over to hit the little.
Baby, she was hitting everything. I have saved that video. I'm going to use it for a lot of memes because people say I drive like that. So I'm going to save it.
I believe it, especially after a couple of Tito's.
Right, especially after a couple of Tito's. But I shouldn't be driving anyway because I don't drink and drive.
Yeah, but we didn't say that.
Right. Oh, let me post this link in here too. I don't know if I posted it already, but if you want to join the live at any point, it can be now or later. You can. There's the link there. But it was really cute to see that. I'm glad that she actually passed that exam because we saw where she didn't. And so
it was about time. Giselle, she had the car clean for her, but it was dirty on the outside still.
What in the car?
Giselle said I had the car cleaned and washed for you, and it still looked dirty.
You know what? She didn't really explain how she got that car. I don't feel like, but now she said this episode that it was just kind of given to her.
Yeah.
Look at that. Somebody said Tito and Pineapple's her go-to. You don't know my life.
That is your go-to because you turned Lamario onto that, but that's another story.
That is my drink, and I got Lamario drunk off of it too. He said Andy did say he had to give a speech to both Candace and Erica about their Twitter usage. I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, he did say that. He did.
I mean, what about Jen Shah? Yeah, and he needs to add Mia along to that too, because Mia this all she do. This is all she do, in my opinion. And Jen Shah. Grace cannot drive for shit. She can't. She can't drive. Her mama can't dress. It's
just a messed up family.
Grace is beautiful, and she's younger, so she has an excuse.
Hopefully, she'll marry rich and have a driver.
Huh?
Hopefully, she'll marry a rapper, like she said, and have a driver.
Maybe wearing two out. She does.
She does, but I want to see if she has that same energy in person because I feel like somebody types for her. I'm sorry.
No, it'd be her, dumb ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it'd be her. Because it's the same bird, but she's not that smart of a person, it seems anyway. But anyway, let's talk about go ahead.
Let's talk about Robin.
Okay, go ahead.
And this office space.
So Robin is looking for an office space. Now, somebody in the group chat said that her only employee is a scholar. That is shady.
No, we said it was the kids. That's why they're late for school.
The kids, okay.
That's why they're late for school.
Right. I don't know, like we talked about before this, I don't understand the point of the space because the space that she looked at was about as big as the garage, or maybe she could deck out another place in the house to make that room space, but to be paying $1,700 to $2,000 for another space, the smallest size of a room, that doesn't make sense to me.
But I guess, me and Antonio were texting about it. What didn't make sense to us was you say you're selling out every week, making all this money, $60K, whether it's weekly or monthly, and you you said the price $1,700 to $2,000 a month. that was out of budget. It was too much. That in math, the math didn't add up.
Well, I stopped watching that scene when she said that she had over 15,000 orders.
And I have seen nobody ever wearing one of them hats.
I have never seen nobody in those hats. I
never
mean,
seen nobody post about it. I searched the hashtag, nothing comes up but her in it.
I don't know. When I type in embellished, nothing comes up, but
her website.
Yeah. So with that being said, Kyra actually wants to join now, so we're gonna let her in.
Come on, Kyra.
Give her a few minutes, and then we'll move on to the next topic. What's up, Kyra? Welcome back to the meeting.
Oh, hi. I wasn't sure when I was supposed to jump in because
basically
this is a filler episode, but people piss me off. This is a filler episode, but people piss me off.
Well, go ahead. We're talking about Robin right now, but feel free to jump around.
No, we can go with Robin. Robin. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. From what I understand of construction of homes, first I'm confused if you own the land and you're building a home from scratch, or are you in a build a home from a model plan subdivision and somehow you've made your way over 100K? And I don't know what subdivision that would be.
Yeah, going over 100K, even with adding on features, it still doesn't seem realistic.
Robin has never been that great with mathing and money, I feel like. So it's always interesting when she throws out big figures like that, because, I always be like, well, people be like, look at the material. I don't see the material of that type of profit coming in for her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just me.
I will give the grace of logistics and operations and building materials have gone up through COVID, but I just can't see Robin getting and she didn't really specify how they were $100,000 over budget. I just can't see her adding upgrades.
Yeah, even if you say I want this countertop, the highest end, it still doesn't add up to me.
Yeah. Especially since it seems like a house that's probably in a build your own home from this plan subdivision. They usually only have certain options to pick from.
Exactly.
I'm just throwing that shade out there. She could just be building a home just to build a home, but I think
it was random to me. I haven't heard much about her building anything, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, what's she building?" She said, the house and the mortgage. I'm like, okay, I know they were, but I feel like she did. I don't know. Maybe I missed the scene.
You can have a mortgage and still be building a home because you're just building a home based on a loan. That's true. A construction loan. But also, I know some people are saying it looks like, what's his name? Juan looks surprised. So he's not that involved with building home because he looks surprised that he was over 100K. And Robin already let us know that they don't have that kind of relationship where, money's just free flowing and stuff like that. She already said she dims her lights, make him feel like a man and stuff. So I don't really know how he would be out the loop that you 100K over budget.
But he also didn't seem upset at hearing that. And Juan has always seemed very, he goes in if Robin does something stupid. So I don't know even know that he believes her that it's 100K over.
I don't know.
I don't know. That situation just confuses me. She confuses me. Why you got a warehouse / office rental space? Why you introduces this man as your ex-husband / fiance? You could have just said this is Juan, or say Juan, this is my partner,
or just fiance. Didn't even. I mean, that's what he is now. If he proposed.
Well, they say so. Diva 1675. So actually, I did see this online over the last few days that she allegedly is married. Got married already.
Yeah, but they can't find a marriage license.
Not a Cynthia child.
And there's no common law marriage in Maryland.
That's a little sticky. I don't know why she won't go down that. I know everybody.
And also, it is weird if you guys are being together and getting married, and it's weird that it's just her name seems to be on the deed or something like that. It's all weird.
All weird. I have a question. Would y'all, because I see this comment, would y'all get one of the LaDame candles or one of the embellished hats?
A candle.
A candle.
As a hat person, I would say I would get a hat, but I wouldn't get it because it's Robin. So I'm gonna go with the candle too.
Yeah.
I love hats
too. Smell nice. If the packaging is nice, at least it's a nice decoration. A hat, if you don't want to wear it, it's a waste.
And Candace and Karen's candle, from what she showed us, it looked nice.
It did. It's her 3-wick candle. Everybody said the candle.
It's
Brooke
not the
said
smallest
neither.
faces like Wendy's.
I cannot. Come on, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So while I have you on too, because we're gonna move to the next topic, Kai, but you can stay on. That's fine. Let's talk about Mia. And so she was talking to her. She was talking to her husband. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because those eggs, they showed those fucking eggs.
And the instant potato she had in one of them cabinets or wherever it was. Ooh.
It was shady. But basically, in this scene, she is talking to her husband about the husband-her thing, and she mentions that her and her husband tried that. But my thing is, I'm a little confused because I feel
tried
like
it with what?
She's lying. Because she's lying because first she said that she started it, then she said that
that's what I'm saying. Like the
had
business
them.
she has, I'm like, wait a minute. At what point in the timeline did you have to did you know what I'm saying, for your husband to manage it? It's not making sense.
Yeah, manage what? Her dancing career when she used to wear the dresses.
Apparently, she did an interview where she said she got into alternative medicine, and that's how she got into chiropractic or whatever. But I'm like, but when she came on the show, she explicitly said that Gordon had 14 franchises, and she was now taking more of a helm of running the day to day. That's explicitly what she said. And then it turned to him having 11 and her opening up more state. I don't know. I'm confused. Like Candace said, girl, you still getting paid. So I don't.
Yeah, it's not making sense. But
I'm fine with the conversation that she had.
It's just so funny for Mia to have all these inconsistencies in what she says. And she always goes to Twitter or Instagram and says, what exactly have I lied about?
Everything.
I mean, girl, every single thing.
You're an escort, then you're a stripper, then you're just the bartender.
I can't. What in this scene, she, one thing she was like saying, like, I don't want Candace to fall down this path like I did, and I don't want her to. I was like, girl, you don't even know her. It's not your friend. Like,
I was confused. I was like, we have not even seen you in an individual or a small.
You haven't even had a scene with her. I'm just like, I don't understand
at all. Everything has been in a group setting with minimal words.
And like, if the conversation kind of had stopped at like her understanding like the marital issues that can arise, I'm like, okay, this could be a starting point of like, you can say, hey, Candace, I'm going to lunch. I want to have a talk. And then like, her talking about her experiences and all that kind of stuff. Okay, still maybe a little shady, maybe Candace will still go off on that, but I can get that. The ending where she says she'll be a one-hit wonder and the album's a flop. I was like, how do we go from marital issues to now her album's a flop?
She's trying too hard.
She's trying too hard, and we're gonna talk about a lot of that more in the last part. But before we get to that last part, there were two things that happened. We can either talk about it, we can't. It doesn't matter. Wendy and her business plan. I'm glad she said she went to Google, but I felt like she was on CNN, which is it even though she was giving her vision, but it was giving CNN and all of that. And I don't know. I didn't really understand it, but. Did y'all buy it? Do you feel like she is taking it seriously, or you think she's just putting up? Because I don't really believe that she is that uninformed on how to get a business together.
I think she's acting.
I think she's
for a funny moment
for TV.
Yeah, now she acted. Yeah. Especially since she's an AKA, and like even if she's never had any business courses, it would have been too easy to just be like reach out to one of her sorority sisters and like ask for advice and that be a scene. She is acting.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I know she's a lot smarter than that, and I know she got 4 degrees, and I know they probably wasn't in.
Oh, that's his comment.
Which one? The evening gowns with big feet, girl. Bye. That's it. Yeah, I'm like Antonio. If she's not acting, I hope she's acting, because I'm just like, girl. No.
Eddie didn't look surprised enough for me, or like disgusted enough for it to be true.
Right. He didn't. It seemed like he was like, okay, this time we're gonna do this. Because the last time we said you didn't know, so this time go to Google and act still like you don't know, but you keep it together. It was just the whole scene. And then, like I said, Sheila made an appearance. I ain't got much to say about Sheila, but I do like that her uncle, Ashley's uncle, is like over Michael, because when he kind of approached him last season, I was like, oh, I like this, because Michael needs that. I just feel like her and movies, and like him trying to make movies, and then the mom, like their relationship is just kind of all over the place right now. I'm not understanding where she's trying to go. She's had a baby. He want to do movies. I think he want to do porn movies. I think she's the same.
I think she's walking into all kinds of lawsuits he won't be able to get himself out of.
Yeah, because he's definitely gonna be the type to say, you want this role, come see me.
He doesn't know how to work with people, so he definitely gonna be filling up on people, touching men's booties, and doing all type of stuff just to get people's roles.
But I know, these days it's all about positivity, but I really didn't want it. I didn't want the visual of Ashley's vagina issues.
Oh please,
she is a lot. Do you think like her? I don't see anything wrong with
it. Is fake.
Breastfeeding and stuff like that in public, but do you feel like she's a little bit like too TMI sometimes about something?
It is fake. She is trying to play Mother Goddess Earth, and that means like being very open her body and telling everybody everything. That way, no one comes for her. Because again, I watch the after shows. We have to remember, Wendy even said to herself, she didn't go after Ashley because Ashley just had that baby. Ashley knows what she is doing. That's why she's always talking about the bodily changes that happen when she used to have a baby. Mm-hmm. We have never heard Ashley talk about any Mother Earth nature things until she decides she's going to have children. Which I do know people can have changes, but this is just a whole new level of what the F.
Her brother was my mood. Her brother's face the whole time was.
Well, all their faces, the cousin, all of them was just like.
Also, you caught
Sheila's
what I can say is her what's his name? What's the oldest boy name? What's his name?
Dean.
Not Dylan, the other one. Dean. He's become so cute to me. I don't know why, but he's like.
I was worried at first.
I don't want to. I ain't gonna do the kids thing, but I was kind of weird. But he is really cute.
He came into it. He's adorable. Really he's adorable.
Yeah.
But two quick things. First of all, you see how Ashley likes to put on airs, because when Michael brought up the movie thing to Ashley was concerned about them having a young family and him transitioning from real estate to movie production and how does that look for her future. And then she tells her family we're actually financially stable. Girl, you had a whole bunch of reservations when Michael told you this.
And before. I could be the actress in the movie. And
girl, nobody gonna hire you. Do y'all see her? Y'all see her out there making these videos all the time, all day, every day on TikTok,
trying to prove she's not white.
First
of all, stripes. Candace got underneath that,
Brooke. I think Dean is cute, and he is a cute little boy. I think.
Yeah.
So. Brooke said no. Brooke is a tough crowd.
Tough crowd. Yeah, they're cute paychecks. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, so Kyra, I'm gonna let you go for a second. We're gonna talk about this last topic, and I'll bring you back in if you want to jump back. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the last scene, and like I said, if anyone wants to join in, they can. It's all fair game. We're gonna talk about this last part. So Candace's dance rehearsal and video thing is all like one. Shout out to EJ. EJ is the choreographer. Actually, is a friend of mine, friend of Nye's, and partner here. So I know EJ very well, and for getting it together, I feel like it was a lot of moments. I feel like it could have been very difficult to. Let's just say I feel like the whole scene was like difficult to do because one, you're filming something and then you're also filming a show. So it's like how I applaud him and her for being able to push through, saying.
Because that's like double the pressure of learning.
Double pressure. Like she's like dancing and he's having to like coach. Because one moment he literally was just like, focus on me. And that was real because I'm sure it probably was a lot going on. But the scene itself, do you think, and I want to ask y'all in the comments, do you think that Candace is more concerned about Chris as far as husband support or as a husbander? Like, why do you think she's so like, I want him here, I want him here? Is it because she wants her husband there, or is it because she really is like, listen, you're my manager, I need you to be here because this is your job?
I think he's her comfort zone. I think he's her security, but he makes her feel safe.
Right.
Okay. And I also, on the flip side, I also know she wants him there because she wants to prove Giselle, her mother wrong about how they feel about him. Okay,
I agree. I think it's more about saying her comfort and that as a husband she wants him there and support, and I think that's why it's difficult for them too. Because you have other.
But she also doesn't express that to him that way. I think if she expresses to him that way versus always like to him, he would. I think he would take it so different than when she attacks him.
I don't know if he would. I think he's a great guy. I think he's perfect for her. But I feel like a lot of times I feel like he's gotten to the point to where now he knows how to handle her bratty attitude to where every time she says something, I feel like he thinks that it's bratty. He should respond in a way to, you know what I'm saying, to handle
he's aggravated.
Yeah, I think he's built up some type of like wall to be like Candace, no, it's not that serious. And I think now it's difficult because she has had those moments and he has had to get her together. And now in this moment where she really wants him there, it's kind of hard for her to really communicate. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But the shoot itself, they did it in the parking lot. Who do you think was best and worst dressed? She told in the comments like Fast and the Furious or something. I don't think any of them look like much or nothing. But what do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't understand how Dot got in the video wearing that.
I didn't know she was going to be in the video at first.
Me neither.
I have not seen.
I don't think she was supposed to be.
I didn't watch the end of the video. I never have. And so I didn't even know until Nah told me. I was like, oh. And I'm like, oh, she really wore that.
I don't really think, honestly, I don't think anybody looked bad except the one who wasn't supposed to be in the video.
Yeah.
I think all the girls look nice. I'm gonna say even Giselle looked okay, except for the stupid glasses. Some stupid glasses or visor thing she had on.
You know, I wore those same glasses for my 30th birthday, but it was a costume look. You know, if you was thinking, so I was like, wow, I was like, I should read those. But
yes, she was Asia.
Huh?
Yes, she was Asia.
Candace mom was out of line. So let's talk about that. Y'all, everybody in the comment, do y'all think she was out of line for talking? One, that's Miss Dorothy. And was Mia out of line? Because it seemed like to me, Mia came to that video ready to do something. You know what I'm saying? As far as when she asked her, do you think asking her age, was that out of line or no? Because Wendy was just like, but I like Wendy's response too.
So my thing is, Candace, of course, definitely should read Mia, but that serves some of the blame. That shares the part of the blame. There was no reason she should have been talking to her about that. I mean, and Mia should have took a line from Karen. Girl, they're young, let them figure it out. And Karen eased her way out of it. Karen made sure not to say too much,
but I want to mention that because I see it coming from C. Hayes. Karen was messy too. I think initially she wasn't. And then she kind of she leaned out, then she leaned back into the mess a little bit. I feel like she didn't do as much as Mia, but just having the whole conversation with, and I guess maybe she didn't want to be rude by being like, I don't want to talk about this, but I mean, Karen is older than Miss Dorothy. So it's just like,
but it also seemed like when Karen was trying to get Dorothy to talk to her some more was to stop her from talking to Mia, who Mia was going to keep on going. I feel like she was trying to take care that away from Mia.
So should Karen? So when it comes up next week, should Karen say something to Mia?
She should.
Do you think she will?
No,
I don't think she will. I don't think she's gonna say.
But I also don't think she's. But I also don't think she's gonna have a chance. I feel like Candace is gonna light her up.
Yeah. And
so Mia definitely. I understand what you're saying. Mia is working to get the champagne glass, but Mia is. Yeah, she's coming off to me as one of the just like the thirstiest housewives for her first season.
Next to Drew or no?
Next to Drew.
Like, is it Drew then Mia or is it Mia Drew?
No, Drew is the thirstiest.
Okay. Drew didn't start out thirsty. She was cool. Then she just got real. I don't know what she was doing, child.
Yes, Brooke, that bothered me too. What Giselle said.
I was gonna say that too. Now I actually cackled because let me say this, y'all. There are people out there that are actually Giselle stands. Giselle does what she does, but at least I can say Giselle was consistent. It would be too like if Giselle had said, "Oh no, girl, I don't want to know that." I would have been like, this is scripted TV because that's not Giselle.
Yeah.
Giselle wants to know the tea.
But she wanted to know because she already mentioned it before. She asked it herself.
She already mentioned it, so I wasn't surprised. I don't feel like Candace gonna say anything to Giselle. Candace already knows where she's. Now they may mention it. Maybe when they ask for questions for the reunion, I'll be like, well, Candace, why did you say anything to her to Giselle? But at the same time, Mia was the one that was wrong.
I will say this though. Candace, when Wendy hasn't been around, Candace has had her back a couple of times when she's defending her.
Yeah.
I feel like Wendy should have said something to Mia right then and there and kind of checked her too.
Yeah, Wendy said a lot of things in her confessionals, and she made a lot of faces on the scene, on the spot, as if she didn't like it.
Candace has had her back. She should have did the same.
But but people have said at the beginning of the season that Candace didn't really have Wendy back and stuff like that. I think they have each other back enough. I think if it had gone completely left, but I think I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, and Wendy, you telling her right then and there when she's supposed to have her head on for the video, and she's already flustered about the cars. I didn't see the point in telling her right then and there.
That's a question I was going to ask. I'm glad you said it. Do you think you should have said it right then and there? I think not. But at the same time, this is a TV show, and they got to make some TV. So yes, because I was worried. We've seen the video, so it's not like we can be like, oh my God, I hope you don't mess with the video. The video turned out well, especially considering that they had like
improvise and all that stuff.
Improvise and the time, like you would never knew that. So I'm glad. I applaud all of them, especially her, all of them for pushing through that. But at the same time, if I didn't watch the video, I would be concerned that it was ruined because of Wendy. Just like when the husband came upset, it was good that he knew not to say much because he was just like, things not going right. I don't want to mess.
But Dorothy was Dorothy was provoking him.
Maybe Dorothy was kicking. All Dorothy needed was a drink in her hand and be like, "Baby," because she was over there in a zone. Like, oh yeah, he don't pay.
And when he came up to them afterwards, she's like, "Yeah, Candace, don't worry, Mom got you." I said, "Oh, Dorothy is messy."
I agree. I was the whole scene. I
agree with Diva. I agree 100% with Diva.
Yeah. It's just like, her intentions, I think, were good. She wanted to let her know, like, girl, she's talking about you.
But what would have been 20 minutes till this video was over? If someone was about to go down, they were going to stop shooting no matter what. You could have waited 20 minutes, girl.
Yeah, but maybe Wendy doesn't want to go down that road with that girl again. She's not really, had a little issue. Their relationship, it seems like, I feel like Wendy's like, I see you. Like, you cool, but I see you, And Mia just seemed like the whole time I got so much fake vibes from Mia the whole shoot. She was just like, oh, you look good. Oh, you look great. Oh, the real husband's here now. Oh, like it was just like, it's like she came, and I get her first season. I get it, but girl,
I definitely believe Mia is one of those girls that the producers can ask her to do something and she'll gladly do it. They can be like, girl, we need you to cut up. We need you to be messy. And I believe she'll listen.
I guess. Well, it worked. She got her champagne glass, and personally, I guess she worked hard for. I'm not saying like as if Candace is like this damn mean person or this bad person when it come to whatever. But when it comes to reading, I don't think.
Mia's not gonna hang with her.
Yeah, and it's like these last few weeks, it's like Mia knew that this was coming up because I feel like honestly, over the last few weeks, every week is something that she is saying in regards to Candace on Twitter. Everything has really been it started with Wendy, then it shifted to Candace. Nobody else.
And now Mascala jumped in today.
Scala be trying. She just do a little, she throw her little hand child and the hand gets snapped out like girl.
But a lot of times we forget about her until we see a tweet.
Yeah, I like Scala. I
like her a lot too. Now, don't get me wrong.
I don't know if she filmed more and it didn't make the cut, or I'm not sure if she did, but she gives us some real good moments like she does. I would have expected her to be like, nah, we're not going to do that because that's the kind of person she's been thus far. But I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's what I liked about her. She doesn't mind in a moment telling anybody that they did something wrong on the spot to their face.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And that was pretty much all for that scene. Like I said, I really applaud
That
the
would have been good
whole.
too, Diva.
Which one?
If Chris should have had a stand-in in place for him with Candace to go over things.
What you mean? Oh yeah, yeah,
But then the thing
definitely.
is, if Candace is not paying him, it'd be hard for him to pay somebody to stand in for him.
Well, my thing is, it's just like when you have somebody like a party planner, right? You have a day in coordinator. You have somebody that is there the day of to get the stuff done. I don't know how they even proceeded to do, because I mean, you gotta think about it. They shot this interview. They shot this video all in one day. She had just left another scene wherever it was, and then this is the last part of the video.
But you know
So,
what? Let me ask you this.
mhm,
Now they kept saying they only had a limited amount of time and the sun was going to go down, right?
mhm, mhm.
Why didn't they shoot the outside scene first?
That's a good ass question because that's a good ass question.
Because you
I
could
don't
have
know.
edited in right.
That is a very good question. I mean, it don't really matter when you shoot the shit. You can shoot the shit 5 months later. It's all how you put it together.
Exactly. So I would have did the outside scene first while we still had light.
That's true. I don't know. She said she spent $10,000 on the video. Do you think it was $10,000 worth of video? No. Yes.
I mean, for DC prices for stuff like people, their fees and stuff,
Yeah.
dancers and all that, she's not
Yeah.
paying them just for dancing that day. She's paying them for rehearsing, all that stuff, the videographer, the edits. I can see it coming up to that.
This is very true. Giannis said it's giving me let me attack Candace because I know this fan base will never have her back and gas me up.
Well, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Candace fan, but I'm not backing up Mia at all. I'm on Candace side here.
Well, Brooke said maybe they wanted the video at dusk. That didn't make sense because they kept stressing how much the sun was about to go down. And so I think that's poor planning for them to try to get something, to have something so particular but be so unorganized with it. I feel like the car should have been there, all that should have been there. You know what I'm saying? Especially to rely on casting. You know what I'm saying? Karen showed up late. She damn near didn't make the video. If the cars were there, would she have made the video?
No.
So what I'm saying is like that was poor planning for them to be filming a show while
I
trying
believe Karen.
to.
I believe Karen wanted to miss.
I mean, she was dressed like she was about to go sell a candle instead. She said 10K for both videos. I don't remember. I thought Chris said this is the only time they could get the cars. I don't understand the car thing. It sounds like because the short guy is her, not her manager. That is her publicist, I believe. That's who I worked with when I interviewed her. He's really cool. He's my frat brother. And it sounded like he said that they never got the communication about the cars or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who messed up. I don't know if it was Chris. I guess we're gonna find out later. But it seemed like they tried to make it seem like it was on him, but he's making it seem like it wasn't. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know if you don't have a car for a video called Drive Back.
Diva outside scenes and only shot first, and like the short publicist was at the short publicist. Yeah,
Yeah.
just running everything. He was well. No, honestly, it seemed like the choreographer was running everything. That's who, because
The choreography seemed to have more of a level head. The short guy seemed to be like frazzled and.
Well, I do want to say that EJ was also the creative director. He's listed as that, so that would entail. That's why it seemed like he was just like, y'all are dead back here. Like y'all need to get it together in this space. And just so as I would say, the short publicist, his name is Warren. I don't want to be saying his name because I actually know him and know his name. But his name is Warren. But on Antonio says on Watch What's Happening Live, Candace said it wasn't Chris's fault. That makes sense. Because it didn't. The show was. I believe
it wasn't his fault.
What? But I'm saying, like, think about how they edited it. The episode, the shot before was him saying, "Have I ever messed up? Have I ever not come through?" And then you have this thing where he didn't come through. So it's gonna look that way. But I feel like
I still didn't think it was his fault, even seeing that.
No, shit happens. I mean, shit happens all the time, and I'm just glad that they were able to improvise. Literally, I'm glad that people had cars there that were already clean. I'm glad that Giselle. What was Giselle? Giselle had a different car. She wasn't even in her little car.
I didn't think they used her car though.
No, I'm saying, but she had bought that little small car. They would have said, "Man, can you move off the lot? Can you go over there with the tractor, please? Take your Gucci car over to the tractor."
They should have had Grace moving all the cars.
Oh no, not Grace, Lord. They would have all been there.
Grace would have hit Karen.
Oh my God, Lord, she would definitely hit Karen. You talk about my daddy.
Well, no, I think she agrees with Karen on that. But that's another story.
The Gucci Mobile. Oh, that car's so ugly.
So
Candace has a nice.
It looked like somebody named Mr. Bean should drive that car.
I do want to say while we're on the topic, because Kyra's going to join back in before we lean out. This week is actually Candace's album release party. Her album comes out, and you know who's going to be there in the VIP? Me. And a lot of the Potomac girls are going to be there. I know that everybody will be there with the exception of Mia. Ashley won't be there, and I don't think Karen will be there either. But it'll also be some other supposed to also be some other housewives. Like I think Candy will be there. I think Drew will be there. So it'll be fun. So hopefully, while there, of course, it'll be my first time actually meeting Candace. I'll get to talk to some of the other ladies and maybe get some of them on the show, or just advertise the lean the best way possible. And of course, the panel.
You better run from Robin, child, if she ever watched the lean, because baby.
Listen, if Robin say, "Oh, I'll be on," but like, girl, come on and bring a hat. Are we gonna put on our hats and we're gonna act like we like those hats, aren't we?
I'd probably be sick that day.
No, so let's let Kyra join back in. Welcome back, Kyra. What you got to say about these ladies at this damn video shoot?
Handsome is a weirdo. It is giving thirst trap all the way because we haven't seen them have any negative interaction. We've seen her have more negative interactions with Giselle than Candace, so it seems now all of a sudden she has a problem with Candace. It seemed like it just came out of nowhere. She had a lot to say on the after show about how someone should have greeted them and everything, and which I totally get. But you comparing your business that your husband started for how many years prior to you, and all you have to do is walk out the building and greet someone is very different than someone trying to run their first music video by themselves independently.
Yeah, and adjust pamphlets on the table like
the handsome pamphlet pusher. That's what just said.
So she is such a fake, that fake I'm a boss bee attitude when like she hasn't really shown us what she's a boss about.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like, "Oh, I agree." When Karen came to whatever that joint, whatever, I greeted you and da-da-da. Girl, it is a music video. You were an extra.
Right.
I think all of it disturbs me. Ashley on the after show acting like Michael has aged her in the brain, the way she talks so much. She just really thinks she's a white woman living her best life, because she was talking a lot about how, her Candace and Chris should operate based on her experience. I'm like, baby, your husband was
Mia?
No.
Who?
Ashley.
Ashley, sure.
So question.
Yes.
How do y'all feel about what Brooke just said? About Mia saying that the handsome comment is anti-LGBT. I say that only because, Candace has had a history before of her tweets and stuff, talking about, feminine gay boys, and, she called someone a tranny before. Like, she has a history. I think, like, even if she didn't mean it that way, which I don't think she meant it that way towards Mia, I see how some people could take it that way.
I just feel like and I'm gonna say this, like when people make comments, you know what I'm saying, you have to be careful what you say, because when you say stuff, there are people like Mia, like Ashley, that are waiting for you to say something that they could spin and turn the entire world or fan base on you, because when she said handsome, first of all, the comments were dying and all over. But I knew exactly where it could go. And I was kind of waiting for Mia to kind of come after, because, first she said, "Yes, I'm handsome." But you can't say, "Yes, I'm handsome," make a post about it, and then come back and be like, "Oh, that's anti." It's just like you're just trying to.
She saw that somewhere and ran with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, what's up? Like,
Especially since I'm like, you were poking at her first. You were talking essentially saying that her husband tossed your salad at his restaurant, the restaurant he was working at. Like, she has not been addressing you. You have been addressing her. And my thing is, like, Candace has Twitter fingers.
yeah.
You know this. And you continuously came after her with your misspelling. I don't know what you were expecting. And like how Wendy said, you have not met Candace, and you're going to meet her. And it's going to be a whole thing because Candace going to read her mama. Like, I wish Candace would read Ashley's mama, but oh well.
So that I want to say something about that too, because next week obviously she goes into the comment. We're skipping ahead. That's fine. But when she mentions about your mama's low budget, is that a low blow? I mean, it's a low blow, obviously, but like, is she wrong? Like, is she wrong? What do y'all think about that comment? What do you think about Diddy?
I mean, I'd be a hypocrite to say it's a low blow, only because I always go up for Heavenly talking about Mariah's mama when she does it. So I'd be a hypocrite to say it was a low blow. Of course, we know it's wrong, but you know.
Yeah. It's my thing is, like I said in the group chat, okay, you talking to my mama about this, and so I'm gonna talk about your mama. You ain't talking about my mama, but since we're talking about mamas,
yes,
your mama's low budget. Like I don't defend it in terms of like saying, oh, that's right, because it's obviously like wrong. You talk about mama, that's fine. I'm not gonna fight, but it's just like, girl, like.
But you were at my video shoot doing all this mess, and my thing is, it's like two-sided with what Wendy did, because I kind of understand why she didn't go there and say something, because it's not she would just be saying something to Nia. She would also be saying something to Candace's mom. I think it was, and that could have been an actual thing. I think she didn't say, I think she said something to Candace because from what I can tell, you can see that no one asked Nia to use her car, just for Nia to turn around the after show and say that no, she didn't offer up her car. I didn't see anyone ask you. And then she went after Escala about having a paper dealer's tag. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
I was like, what's the read in that? She bought a car.
Yeah,
that was so weird to me. And I was like, was she applying to rental? Because that's stupid. Because if you get a rental, that means it actually has a license plate.
This comment,
like,
do you this low budget? Do you say, listen, I think that my thing is with her mom, like she said, it's low hanging fruit. If I did not have, if my mother was not perfect in a way to where she couldn't be talked about, I wouldn't be in the realm of moms at all. I just wouldn't be. Kyra, somebody that wants to join. I'm gonna let you lead.
I'm also gonna make sure my mama look 100% when she come to film. But that's
that too, because I mean, you get your mom back
together, but you make your storylines.
You need to get it together. Like
exactly, Kyra.
She was a drug addict or whatever addict at that point. She ain't no more, so get her looking good. I'm just saying.
She got a lace front.
But Sheila don't try either. So, but Kyra,
she had a drawstring ponytail on.
Okay. Yes, bye.
All right. What's up, Diva? Welcome to the lean.
Diva.
Finally called in. How you doing? Welcome to the lean.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Long time watcher, first time caller.
Okay.
I think that Candace is baited into arguments a lot. It's very easy for her to pop off, and I think that in general that Candace could be like a really good person, but there's something either like with her family or how she was raised or something. Like, I think that she kind of goes off when she feels betrayed or rejected by somebody, and just I think she does go too low, and is easily, since she's been on the show, easily baited into arguments and just goes straight low too fast.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a product of Miss Dorothy's parenting or what.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she always does go low. I also do think that Candace doesn't receive it as well as she can dish it. I think Candace gets offended very easily, and she's always in a defense. You know, what I will say is, though, where she does open her mouth, Candace delivers. I got to give her that.
True, but I think that she thinks of these things quickly, but then just like when she called Ashley like wide body real quick, but then she didn't think about, the PR side of it of like oh no,
Right.
this is body
Right.
shaming and this is such and such, and I'm on a TV show now, and the
Right.
repercussions of the words that I'm saying. So she has a quick mind, but she's not quick enough to think how these things will affect her later.
Yeah, like
So
that and the handsome comment, like those things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you
yeah,
have to be
things like
careful
that.
because
Yeah.
there are people that are just. I mean, we're in a very hypersensitive world anyway. So race, body shaming, and
LGBT.
anti-LGBT, please stay off those topics because it's gonna be spun, child, and you will be canceled. And I feel like with Candace, she does need to watch that a lot because if she definitely wants to be, you know, a musical sensation and really take this career seriously, that is not the way to go. Because there's people that like really like her music, but they don't even want to support her because of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like on this platform, maybe it comes to a point to where she got to take one or the other. Because unless she's gonna be quiet, and I don't think she has that kind of personality to ever be quiet.
No, Candace
I
feels she
agree.
has to respond to every single thing.
Yes, I agree. But in this case with Mia, for the last month, she really has not been saying much to Mia. I think the comments in the confessionals has been getting to Mia about her big feet and stuff like that, and that is why Mia has constantly been
Well,
like,
and Candace did an interview where she was asked about Mia, and she called Mia a liar, and that's the first time I saw them arguing online.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true. You know, but when you
I
interview, you ask
haven't really,
But
questions.
she is lying.
Yeah, she is lying. I
but
mean,
isn't Mia tall? I don't know. I never really noticed her feet before, but
so Mia,
I
I haven't met her. Obviously, I won't meet her this weekend because she wasn't invited. But I'm told that she is definitely a taller woman, and it's kind of like, you know, she's a little handsome. I'll just say that. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Well, I mean, I do think that she does look a lot. I don't think she's 36 or 38 or what have you, or unless she's
Yeah.
taken a lot of fillers or something. But so either that has aged her because the local video that she's talking about the chiropractic and the holistic stuff, she looks a little bit more like her wedding photo picture.
Yeah.
But I think that she's got to be at least
Okay.
40 to 43, you know, if in that range. Unless she just had it, I don't know.
So we're laughing at these comments, Diva. Asia, who our other co-host, who is not here today, is going in. Asia, that comment is probably is part of the problem.
But I will say to what Asia
Oh, I
said
missed the
about
comment.
Sharice's saggy titties.
Yeah.
None of us like Sharice anyway, so that's probably why we didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you know we biased
I
to who
like
we like and who we don't like. I mean,
yeah.
that's just be, you know, we all got a little bias in this, whatever it is, what it is. But no, I'm
I'm
told
like
that
hoping
Mia she is a giant. I'm told that she is a giant. She's a big girl.
she looks tall.
Yeah,
A
she's tall.
glamazon.
Yeah, she got.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
that with. Mhm.
go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, I'm hoping that with her being a friend of Karen, that there's like some long game plan or something, and that, you know, like this is a thing that they've planned out, and so I'm hoping by the finale that she's come through and be the Mia from the first 2 episodes and not the
She was
Mia with the
lined in.
bad
Diva.
memory.
She was lined
No,
in too.
she I mean, she didn't want to say she was a stripper at first, but you know, she got through the story. I mean, they gave her a glass for some reason. They gave one to her, not
I
to a
mean,
scholar
she's
for some
doing
reason.
well for TV. Like I go like this with Mia. Like I was at a -2 last week. I'm like more like a -8 again. But I mean, you know, I go back and forth with her. Like I could appreciate her if she wasn't trying so hard. That's the issue. I can't like. I know it's her first season. I look at Wendy, and Wendy wasn't trying at her last season. She got renewed. She did what she needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that to me, that's like Wendy is a great example of like a newer housewife coming in and not doing so much. You know, not Drew and not Mia, in my opinion. We'll see.
True, but a lot of people didn't like Wendy by the end of the season because
Because
felt
of her
like,
4 degrees.
kept pushing that instead of let her 4 degrees speak instead of her speaking about them. And I'm an Igbo woman, same from like her. So,
but Wendy
I
was going to be
understand that.
safe.
Like my father has 4 degrees, my mom also has 3 degrees, and so I understand the pressure of having all the education, and I only have 2, so I'm like the black sheep, I guess. But
And that's crazy
I
because
think she was
two
acting.
degrees is an accomplishment too. Like it's an amazing
Oh,
thing.
thank you.
I think what saved Wendy is because she is a dark chocolate woman. I think this show has a lot of talk about colorism,
Colorism
and
with
it's like
Ashley and
if they get
Candace.
rid of her, then they would kind of like it's like she kind of got saved because I don't think she gave a lot. I liked her last season, but I don't think she gave much of nothing in terms of like drama. She was just she was like in a Scala with a little bit more involvement.
I think
You
she was a
understand?
lot more involved in Escala, unfortunately, but I like
Yeah.
Escala
Yeah.
because, like you were saying earlier, she seems to be more direct. I think that she might have been prompted by Robin to say a few things like, "Hey, Karen, I heard you drink a lot," or some other things, but it doesn't seem like I think that she's like a fake friend of Robin's because I don't see that she's like even on the set, she's hanging out with Wendy and not with Robin at all. You know, you kind of would hang out with your friend a little bit, you know, when you get together, but I don't ever see Escala really hanging out with Robin besides that first scene with the shoes or whatever, or the hats that she was doing. So
Yeah, and when they went to exercise with Wendy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I just wanted to say that part, and that I think basically that Candace is. I think when she first came on, she was cool, and I think she has her guard up now and very defensive because I feel like I think she feels like she has to fight all the time, and it seems like Chris kind of jumps off that behavior. Like he does the same behavior. Like he jumps on podcasters or other
He
people
is very
on social
verbal.
media. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, but then you can see her also being really sweet with Chris too, and some other scenes. So it's just like I think if they want to look long term for her career, if she really wants to, because you see like Erica Jane, and I was thinking about like you don't see, like, she also kind of talked kind of horrible, but you know you don't see her winning a Grammy either. So you gotta see what kind of pop star person you want to be, if you really want to have that singing career, or do you want to be a housewife your whole? Is that
Don't
your
be a
career?
Nicki Minaj, no shade. Don't because Nicki, we know blacklisted. But then we're gonna let you go. So we're about to get laid out, okay? But I appreciate you for calling in. I always see you.
And don't let it be your last time.
Called in, and so call in more. We love to hear more people in the chat actually talking on the video.
Thanks. Sorry, I was a little nervous tonight, but I appreciate it.
It's okay.
Well, don't be.
Danny is not mean.
Oh, I didn't think he was mean. He's okay.
No.
All right, bye.
Have a good one. No, I'm just talking.
No, I'm okay.
Right. He would say you just okay, child.
I'm not Jamie. Jamie's the favorite of everybody. Jamie's the favorite.
Huh?
Jamie's the favorite.
I don't know. Y'all just love Jamie, but y'all don't know Jamie behind closed doors is a monster. I mean,
do we need to release the receipts?
We need to release the receipt. And then let me just say this too. Lisa Barlow from Salt Lake City didn't even really like Jamie. So honestly, I don't care what y'all think. Lisa Barlow was like, I like Chad and Cortez. But nonetheless, we're gonna get ready to lean out. What is that? Yeah, that's why I was coming in here. We're gonna get ready to lean out. Thank y'all for watching tonight. Of course, if you haven't already, like this video. Today has been it's been a good show. It's been a good show. Thank you, Kyra. Thank you, Diva, for calling in and making it a great conversation. Beverly Hills is this week, of course, on Wednesday, Salt Lake City on Sundays. And if you're watching the show Sweet Life on HBO, the first 3 episodes of that is up, and we're supposed to be filming the finale and the last 3 episodes tomorrow. So check that out too. Check out all the content, share, like, subscribe, and we will talk to you guys later. The comments still going. Diva said Jamie looks like my 8th grade boyfriend. He does look like he's in the 8th grade. He's a little, he's like Benjamin Button,
Jamie's gonna get you.
My old 8th grade boyfriend. Asia's our favorite. Danny next to Cuz Danny is. Hey, come on, Danny. Somebody said you is.
Hey, Danny.
Whatever. Anyway, y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday night. Thank y'all for leading in, and we will see y'all Wednesday or Monday or Sunday. One of these times. Good night.
Lean up.